Fire.
And that's my video. I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers, yeah. Hey, it's Lord Lav. In this video I'm going to show you how I put together a lo-fi jazz piano hip hop beat. It's got some mad crazy chords in it which I'm really pleased with. I actually released this beat a little while ago. I classed it as a J. Cole Nujabes type beat. Worth checking out, give it a butchers, and also keep in mind I am not the most skilled piano player in the world whatsoever. I just understand chords reasonably well, or you know, part of being a producer is just having an ear for the right things. So hopefully I think my ear's half decent and know what sounds good. So I started off with this. That's what it starts off as, and that kind of repeats like that. And then I go from that to this, just as like a brush chord. It sort of brushes past this, so it's. But yeah, there's some big fat chords with some extra, like doubled up notes on some extra octaves, which sound
interesting.
Recorded it and then edited it a little bit, and it sounds like this overall, played at this pace, which is 97 BPM. Also, it's quite good if you do play it to kind of give it a, like, don't just play one chord, like, it's nice to give it a bit of a, like a sprinkle type effect with it. And on top of that, because I'm not the best player, I also hid my lack of skill by adding a tape delay on it, so it kind of, it starts off, you can hear it like this. With the delay it sounds like this. To me that makes all the difference. It gives it that real dreamy type of effect. And added to the piano, like every good hip hop beat needs, is a respectable drum beat. And this is a drum beat I came up with, it sounds like this. It's nice to try and vary your drums as well as you're playing them, just so that the beat doesn't get too repetitive. So you can hear on this bit. Delay on that snare. Just little gaps in there, just nice, sort of break up the beat nice and easy. And if you hear that with the piano bit that you heard earlier, which let's check, it's got a delay on. Yes, it has. Sounds like this. I also added a nice little flute sort of sound, like a staccato flute. Sounds like this.
Shut up, phone.
And that's just got some reverb on it. Otherwise it sounds flat. And with the piano again. So there's this chorus section, and I created this on my Zebra 2 synth. I created this mad sounding like choir sound, which sounds like this. It's got an echo on it as well, like an echo delay. And spread that about. Also just added like just a little string sound with that as too. And that kind of just creates a chorus sound, which is nice. And what else did I add to the whole shebang? I created this little riser sound just to make it like just like an interesting intro to the whole track. Riser sounds like this. I like throwing in my risers in there, and as like a interesting, like just signifying a changeover from like the verse section to the chorus. I've basically just got a riser and a verse, which just sounds like this. So it's kind of like a reverse sweep. Starts off like this. There's my beat tag on there. Other thing you always need to have is a decent bass line. So I've just got a basic, just a sine wave bass line, which I just made just on the synth they got on Logic on the ES2. And the bass line is actually 2 different octaves at the same time. So it's a really beefy bass line. Sometimes one like literally just one string of notes is fine. You don't need to play 2 notes every single time you do a bass line. But just for this one in particular, it works. Just because the sort of the higher notes, which are a bit more in the middle, were a little bit too just a bit too thin. Just dropping them down an octave, so it's like the really like low notes. Just beefed it up nicely. I mean, you can, what you're looking at here, going this one here, yeah, you can, like there's this note, which is pretty low, but that playing at the same time, and it just makes a difference. I've just got that playing throughout the track, hear that in line with everything else. You notice like the section of the piano, I've got a certain bit repeating. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but it's just do 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 do. That's kind of just playing throughout the verse, because I'm basically, even though I came up with these chords myself, I'm treating it sort of the same way as I do if it was some piano that I sampled from somebody. Just adds to it. You can do the same thing. Just because you're creating your own sounds does not mean you now all of a sudden can't treat it like hip hop and break it down into chunks, like do whatever works. That's kind of what I did. Just try to create something where created some piano chords which I thought sounded good, would be something I would happily sample, like something I'd listen to from someone like Ahmad Jamal or something like that, or Bob James or whatever, some jazz musician, and yeah, just played with that. But yeah, that's kind of the beat. I'm pretty pleased with it. You can check it out in the description below, or probably as a recommended video in the at the end of the video. But hope you enjoyed this. I've got more videos coming out. Check me out on Patreon, check me out on Spotify, check out my website www.lordlab.com. got more music coming out regularly. Going to be trying to upload as many of these YouTube videos and beats and stuff as possible. Check me out on BeatStars if you're a rapper that wants beats as well. If I haven't got any beats up on BeatStars just yet, I will have later down the line, so keep an eye out on that. But yeah, check out the rest of my videos and stay wicked, or whatever you're supposed to say at the end of the video. Yeah.
Big up. Peace.
Cheers.